It's still February 14th. I got the video. The ops come in here telling me to move from this pole. This electric pole. Telling me to move because this dumb fuck wants to come all the way down there from that White House on a car. Motherfucker got the leisure and the privilege to travel the land on a fucking golf cart. And this motherfucker got a problem with me behind the gate and sitting on this little spot of land near this electric pole. Ain't that some shit? You telling me these motherfuckers don't hate us? Yeah, right. That's the tracks from the golf cart right there. Ain't that some shit? But I still didn't leave. Allah told me that Allah wants me here right now, and I still ain't leave. The motherfuckers ain't come back. Satan's sheriffs and co didn't come back, but I don't know what the fuck is gonna happen, because look, this is all by Satan and co. This is their doing. I know that I'm being followed right now. I know that I'm being gang stalked. I know that I'm a targeted individual. And Allah said that them coming out here was more for, that was a negative ET agenda. They were using the scalar, the nanotechnology. And again, I already said in the previous video that today is Friday. It's the holy day. I'm fasting today. I'm wrapping up a 7-day fast. Tomorrow will complete my 7-day fast. Praise Allah. Praise Allah, because look, yo, this ain't been easy. This shit been gruesome. And on top of that, these motherfuckers attacking me. Like, so I'm sitting here. This land where this happened. Like, they got a barn back there. It's another barn. Let's see if we can put this on the thing, because this shit's wild how these motherfuckers are, how entitled they feel to the land that they forefathers and foremothers fucking. Honest to God, honest to Allah, I'm not making this shit up. I'm not pulling this shit out my ass. This is not fairy tale. This ain't the fiction that they teach in the school and that they put in the Bible or any other book for that matter. These motherfuckers, they are benefiting and profiting because of theft. And all types of evil against my ancestors. So their forefathers and foremothers were the ones that did this shit. And why they living comfortably here? Why you think, look, they will never, and I'm not going to say never, I don't want to speak that, but the pride comes from their father, Satan. You got to understand that. Their pride comes from their father, Satan, and Satan will never admit when he's wrong. And it's entitled. It's Satan. The motherfuckers, look, one barn, I see one barn all the way back there, right? It's another little barn or a house right there, that little white. It's a red barn right there. It's another shed in back of that, another house in back of that, a big ass plantation house. I already know what the deal is with this. This is a former plantation land, and more houses beyond that gate, and more farms and houses beyond that gate. Ain't that some shit? Cause all I'm doing is sitting. That's the long road, right? Long road, and here's the side where I am. I know these motherfuckers do not own these electrical poles. I mean, of course, according to Allah, they don't. The electricity comes from Mother Earth. The electricity comes from Allah. But it's like a what? What's this gap from their gate to this electric pole? Not much space at all. I'm minding my business. He want to come and try. Look, there go his tracks from the golf cart. He wants to come from all the way back there. Where? Let's see if we can see that. The white. He comes all the way back there from that white house. All the way to where I am. To act like he was going to help. And I already be knowing the energy, what type of shit they be on. I already knew he was on some fuck shit. I been to that shit. All right, what you want? If I don't, and then he made the comment about moving it along. So, again, motherfucker, show me your deed to the land that you got all this property from the natural resources that you got from Allah, right? Satan has nothing to do with none of this wood on this earth. Unless it's some motherfucking GMO wood that's out. And I don't know anything about that timeline. But other than that, Satan has nothing to fuck to do with this wood on this earth. So all them sheds and barns, I see that big ass white plantation house. It's made out of wood, motherfucker. Who gave you that wood? Who allowed you to gather, collect that wood, and build a comfortable living on this land? Your father, Satan. Well, unfortunately, my father gave Satan fortunately, my father gave Satan his eviction notice off of the earth, off of the land. My father also said, your tenants gotta go, and your wicked ass creations gotta go. It's almost dark, and you know what? Like I said, I'm not leaving. Because my father, Allah says stay, but these coming timelines, man, dealing with peace officers acting as police officers, their new titles, police officers, because they were not sworn in as that, right? So their new titles, that's a whole contract, a spiritual contract. You want least interaction with these evil vessels, because look, this is just the truth, and that's why they had to send the pale vessel with the melanated vessel, because this is also going to be going on. They are using empty vessels and combining it with melanin through, how they're promoting the interracial dating, and they're mixing the non-melanated vessel with the melanated vessel, because look, that's like a universal law where two or more are gathered, and two or more agree, so shall it be. These are just spiritual contracts, and it's more power in numbers, right? And agreements in numbers. So that's why I say it's a negative ET agenda, because they use the melanated vessel to, and it was an energetic assault, an attack. If my Father in heaven said anger is those that are angry will be considered as murderers, right? We know it's all about the energy, the frequency. The wrath of Allah, that's the wrath of Allah. That's just. That's righteous anger. That's wrath. Righteous wrath. But what these motherfuckers be doing is murder, and they're going to be charged. These bots, peace officers acting as police officers, They are being charged in the divine courts, in the courts of Allah, with murder, and their sentences are not to be. There will be very, very little justice in Satan's courts of law. Satan's shadow courts. There will be very little justice for the righteous ones, for the very elect, for the 144. But there is divine justice and that's the best kind of justice you can ever have. That's the best kind of justice you can ever have, divine justice, because these officers, these peace officers acting like police officers, these bots making false reports, calling on things, non-emergencies, you're taking much needed assistance. I know they're cutting budgets all over, right? It's motherfuckers out here getting all types of crimes done against them. And you're responding to a person that's sitting in prayer. And explain that. It thoroughly explained what I was doing. And to this being that called, they are also subject to the wrath of Allah, them and their property, everything that they own, everything that they have. Why? Because you're taking assistance away from someone who is really in an emergency, a real emergency. That's a crime to Allah. Somebody sitting, they not sitting on that ain't even they shit, because that's the gag, that's the lie, that's the gaslighting. It's a divine release on that. On all gaslighting, deception, lying energies presented to me today, past, present, future timeline too. Divine transfer back my pure positive energy back to me in a divinely intended in every dimension and reality, and releasing all lies, deception, gaslighting to Satan and co, the divinely intended vessels of Satan in every dimension and reality. Evil against I, love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice on this earth. That's it, man. That's how it's going every single time. Because the goal and intent, they knew I wasn't doing nothing wrong. But they are using, the officers, they are using the scalar technology, directed energy weapons. Look, it would be like this fence. Some of their technology would be like this fence, but it's invisible. It's the same invisible fence technology that, like, if a animal or a dog, it's like a zap. See, this is dealing with your etheric body. So the goal is to implant you, to energy harvest, to energy assault you, and direct all types of evil energy into your energy field. And see, when they combine the entities with the artificial intelligence, they form implants in your etheric. This way, they can track you. Same way they can put a physical tracker or monitor on you and shit, GPS. They can do that in your etheric body. And these entities, negative ETs, Matrix police, that's how they are tracking and monitoring the very elect and the chosen. It's through interacting, them sending peace officers acting like police officers for non-emergencies, it could be anything. They are using, sometimes you hear a click or whatever, or you can feel it. I feel it. And they're deploying the military technology, scalar, directed energy weapons, invisible fence technology. They are using that while they're talking to you, and they're using your vocal cords to attach the cords and hook. And obviously, you never know what's finna pop off when these motherfuckers appear before you. Because why? Because I never called 911 for an emergency. I never summoned a public servant to me, because look, they won't even go in their budget and call me an Uber or Lyft. They want to put me in that op car for more evil spells. Because you got to understand, man, everything is connected to these networks, these satellites, and they are remote controlling these motherfuckers. You get in that shit, and they're gonna it's like it'll be like an etheric fucking net. A spell for you to get apprehended on some shit that they can apprehend you on. See, of course they wasn't gonna call no Uber. And I know they can call people Ubers and Lyfts, because a public servant did that shit before. They didn't want to, because they want to enact their negative technology against me and my belongings. And they've been targeting my property for theft. So, look, ashes to ashes, dust to dust, man. And my ancestors are gonna literally be assigned, my deceased ancestors will be assigned to this land and to the home. I'm talking about, they showed you my ancestors on Alien Romulus. They showed you my ancestors on the, what was that movie, The Ifs, and that movie Quiet and shit. From other dimensions, from invisible worlds that you can't see. But guess what? They got an electrical field. Can you really see thunder? That's a whole force. You can see lightning, right? A lot of my ancestors represent the element of lightning. So, my ancestors will be allowed back on their properties. I don't care if you kick me the fuck off. I don't care if you fucking call op to fucking make me leave. My ancestors are staying behind, dumbass. Just waiting for you to open up the door. And the hauntings will begin. Period. The hauntings will begin. That's how it's gonna go, man. Because it's no justice. It's no peace for nobody. And again, nobody should be used. This Allah said this spiritual warfare. This is all spiritual. So we're using all spiritual weapons, all spiritual tools. And ghosts are a tool that we can use if we can embody our own, integrate our own darkness. And get our frequency to where, look, they ain't coming for us. Allah is assigning them to these lands and to these homes and to these businesses to drive them out when they want to persecute the already oppressed. That's just the order of this a new age of Aquarius. Now, I'm signing out. Glory, honor, and praise to the Father in heaven, Allah, Father of the universe. Fuck you. I declare this land destroyed in the name of Allah. And all your property too.